If you feed your baby to sleep, you've probably heard that you're going to be creating a bad habit or a rod for your own back. But is it actually true? Let's look at some research. Welcome back, my name's Joanna. I'm a mum of 2 to a 9-month-old and a 2.5-year-old. I'm creating a series where I break down scientific or academic research on parenting, literally anything that I find interesting or relatable, into quick and simple videos, basically so that we can make informed, evidence-based parenting decisions together, because trust me, I want to be a better parent because it's hard out here. Anyway, back to the research. So to understand this, we need to look at how infant sleep and feeding work together biologically. So this is basically looking more towards breastfeeding. Research by James McKenna looked at how mothers and babies responded to each other in the night. This is in breastfeeding pairs, breastfeeding dyads. And what he found is that feeding and sleep are closely linked systems and they're not separate behaviours. He did loads of research across different cultures to basically find out what are the commonalities between all of these sleep cultures. What are the baby behaviours? Well, he found that babies often do feed multiple times a night, and I'm not talking just up to 6-month-old, I mean longer than that. I've got a 9-month-old, I've got a 2.5-year-old, and trust me, if he could still, he probably would. But anyway, whole different side note. In these studies, he found that babies would feed multiple times during the night and they would fall asleep pretty much during or straight after the feed. This isn't something that they have learned as a habit per se, it's a biological pattern. It's what they do. Feeding helps to regulate their sleep state, their breathing, their temperature, their state of safety, their closeness. I remember reading research a while ago that co-sleeping and breastfeeding literally syncs up your brain waves. Okay, so we are a breastfeeding dyad, we are a pair. We also know that breast milk contains hormones like melatonin, which support sleep. It puts your baby to sleep, but that's why they fall asleep at the boob. And actually the act of feeding, even bottle and breast, triggers relaxation that helps your baby fall asleep more easily. So where does the idea of a bad habit actually come from? Well, some approaches to sleep suggest that babies should fall asleep independently. Like if you go on TikTok or Instagram, your baby should fall asleep independently and that they are waking up because of you. Trust me, I have gone down all the rabbit holes and I wasted like a whole year of my life listening to that. Well, the research doesn't show that feeding to sleep is harmful in itself. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It just is what it is. That said, when babies get older and you've got a 2.5-year-old that would want to feed to sleep every time, that might feel unsustainable. You might think, give me a break. And that's completely valid. If feeding to sleep works for you, keep doing it. It's what your baby is probably wanting and it's the easiest way to do it. And there's no evidence that you're creating a problem. But if you are sick and tired of it and you've got a toddler that just wants you all the time, then you can change it. And I think the most important thing is that the older that they get, the more they'll understand when you say no or put boundaries in or why. So with age, it'll kind of come anyway. I wouldn't worry about it. So no, feeding your baby to sleep isn't automatically a bad habit, and in most cases it's how babies are just designed to fall asleep, especially like in the first year of life. I hope you found this helpful, and please just know that most things in baby sleep are phases. You'll get through it, and as I say, if you want to change anything, feel free to. And I think the older that the baby gets, the more likely they are to understand. So that kind of helps. I hope you like this. Please do hit like and subscribe if you like this, and I'll see you for another evidence-based parenting talk. See you later.